Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Filmbox Podcast Evening Edition. I am your host, Aaron Souza. I'm joined today by Connor Jameson and Sam Majewski, my two wonderful friends and co-hosts here. And today two of us are committing a crime, and one of us is figuring out who did it. We're talking about Alfred Hitchcock's 1948 classic, Rope. How are you guys doing today?
You'll never know who it is.
Yeah, we'll never guess. You have to decide. Who is it? This is gonna be a fun episode. I think we're reaching the furthest back we have on this podcast. Yep. Continuing off Murder Mystery Month on the podcast here. Not Noirvember. I'm just pointing that out. It is not Noirvember. It is Murder Mystery Month. And so last week we did Gone Girl. This week we are doing Rope. So Connor, did you end up watching Gone Girl? And do you have, before we kind of dive in?
I did. I didn't know if we were gonna save that until we got to my.
We can do it now.
Movies. Okay. And I wanted to point out I did listen to the podcast. You guys did wonderful.
Oh, thank you.
I don't have like a big list of thoughts laid out, but Gone Girl was a great movie. I was definitely a bit lower on it than you two. I ended up giving it 4-star.
Mm-hmm.
Two things just I wanted to call out. With Ben Affleck's character Nick Dunn, I think the feeling you guys were trying to describe was his apathy, just like the general feeling of not caring at all.
Yes.
Like whenever all this shit is happening to him, he just kind of doesn't care.
It disconnects.
Yeah. But the main thing that kind of knocked it down is, this was your point, Sam. I think the twist happened too soon. If it happens 2/3 of the movie, I think we're like bordering on perfect. Because I think when she's like in the Ozarks, it kind of loses it a bit.
It does lose some steam. That was one of my main critiques, is like that 20-minute period right after the reveal is very slow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
4 stars. That's still pretty good.
Yeah, where's you? There it is. So it dropped it down to a 4.33.
Is that still top 10?
Number 9.
Hey, there we go. All right. Well, we're not talking about Gone Girl this episode. We're talking about Rope. But before we get into our review, we got to talk about some of the background here. And have you guys seen it before?
Yep.
This is a first-time watch for me.
This is also a first-time watch for me.
But Connor, you said you did.
I have seen it, yes. I'm the reason we are reviewing it today.
Yeah, this is your choice.
This
I
is
guess
Connor's
first
pick.
Impressions.
I mean,
no, I'm talking to Connor.
Oh, I thought you meant first impressions for me. Yeah.
When I watched it like a year ago?
Yeah. What did you do? You remember when? I guess it's more like you remember when you first saw it.
He remembers exactly everything he felt.
Settle down, kids. It was exactly 1 year ago to this day. No, it was probably like it. I mean, I could look it up, but it was probably like a year ago, because it was. I think when I was doing my binge of just like old classic movies, and it was at the time where I was like, this James Stewart fella seems pretty cool. I really like his vibe.
And then you did watch it the August 1st of last year.
So a little over a year and a half, pretty much a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Jimmy Stewart's just one of those guys, as staples of old Hollywood. And I saw it. What?
A staples of old Hollywood.
Yeah. And
he's a Staples, and it's just like a storefront Jimmy Stewart.
I'm just gonna just stop speaking, and anytime you have just a slip of the tongue, you are never gonna live it down. Anyway,
no, dude, I want you to call me out on it, because I know I mess it up all the time.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, Yeah, I think it was just a classic movie, and I was like, ooh, a thriller with Jimmy Stewart. Let me watch it.
Mm. Yeah, well, do any of you own this movie on physical media?
I do
No,
not.
this is another one that we do not own. Not surprising, really. It was made in 1948. It's not the most widely available movie out there,
I
but it
would
is
get
an
it,
Alfred
though.
Hitchcock film. So you can watch this movie, but unfortunately, you can only watch it on VOD, so you have to pay. At least I couldn't find anywhere where you could watch it for free. So, gotta watch it on VOD. So this movie, are you ready to dive into some of the background here?
Yeah.
So, Rope is a 1948 American psychological crime thriller film directed by one Alfred Hitchcock.
What? What?
Yeah, there it
What's
is.
that? Yeah, yeah.
Who?
What's that?
Ooms.
Alfred Hitchcock. It's directed by Alfred the guy that like invented horror, Alfred Hitchcock, that guy.
Thrillers.
Alfred Hitchcock?
Well,
What?
fair.
Alfred
Um,
Hitchcock.
Big Dick Hitchcock, who? Is based on the 1929 play of the same title by Patrick Hamilton, with a screenplay by Arthur Lawrence, and starring Jimmy Stewart, John Dahl, Farley Granger, Cedric Hardwicke, Constance Collier, and Joan Chandler. Cinematography by both Joseph A. Valentine and William V. Scall. This movie was distributed by Warner Bros. And released September 25th, 1948, with a runtime of 80 minutes and a budget of $1.5 to $2 million. How much did this movie make at the box office?
What was the budget? Sorry, you just said. I know you just said it. But...
$1.5 million to $2 million.
Oh, jeez.
Like 3 mil.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess like 1 million.
It is estimated between 2.2 and 2.7.
Okay.
Which, and
Back
for
then it was
19
pretty. That's,
I was going to say, that's a
that's
smash hit right there.
Yeah, that's pretty good back then. So a little background about this movie. Famously, I'm sure we will talk about, this movie was made to look like it was one continuous take, or just about so, which is quite cool. We'll dive a little bit more into that as we get further into the review. One of the things that I thought was really interesting, there's two things I thought were really interesting. First off, Jimmy Stewart, the man, the myth, the legend. One of the best characters in this movie. Was not very happy making this movie. He said the whole thing about like having to rehearse and do things in one take was very exasperating. And he said the really important thing being rehearsed here is the camera, not the actors. And then much later he said of this film, it was worth trying. Nobody but Hitch would have tried it, but it really didn't work. Which is a wild take from Mr. Jimmy Stewart. And then the other thing that I just, as we're discussing this, that I thought was quite interesting is that there is a very noticeable subtext of homosexuality between Philip and Brandon, the two main characters. Many people believe that they were gay. I think that's something maybe we can debate. I don't know if you want to debate it now or discuss it now. I think that's pretty much, it felt that way when you have it in that context. Felt very much like that could be the case, that they were, what in 1948 considered to be like a closeted gay man, or gay couple. And also, on top of that, John Dahl, who played Brandon, was believed to have been gay. And Arthur Lawrence, as was screenwriter Arthur Lawrence, and also co-star Farley Granger, who played Philip, was bisexual. So a lot of those things kind of add up. There's also, I think, either we discussed it on the last episode or is during my research for the last episode, it didn't come up. But people have discussed in much of the same way that Neil Patrick Harris's casting in Gone Girl was done specifically because he was gay, and gay people, according to the background of the movie, they're better at playing characters who seem like they have something to hide because they've been practicing having something to hide for their whole lives. Which I'm not going to go into the whole moral or whatever, part of that. But I feel like it's kind of true, especially in 1948, These two guys have something to hide, and, Hitchcock is said to have been is said to have done this quite frequently, is cast gay people in his movies because they're better at hiding things. Which is an interesting thing, just kind of weird.
Well, especially for his movies, too. They're pretty much all thrillers, all horror movies, where it all comes down to the human element of, I know something you don't.
Right.
How long can I keep this from you?
Right.
Especially in this movie.
There are whole, like, essays on these things.
Mm-hmm.
Like Raymond Burr in Rear Window, Anthony Perkins in Psycho, Ivor Novello in The Lodger, all either openly gay or bisexual actors as well. So, pretty cool. Well, that's some background, but now we got to find out what the critics in the audience thought about this movie, which means we go to Sam to discuss the scores here.
All right. So the audience and the critics both really like this movie. It's sitting at a 93% for the tomato meter and a 90% for the audience score. And it is sitting at something high on IMDb. Anyways,
It's something good.
It's somewhere.
Scale of 1 to 10, it's just somewhere there.
It's just somewhere.
On a scale of 1 to 10, it's there.
What more do you
and
want? Is there?
All right, number 4. You're gonna interrupt me number 4 times, but okay. So
wait, no.
Yeah, okay, that wasn't. As always, when these movies have high reviews, we have to do the
opposite review.
Cool. All right, so I got this 1 out of 10 star on IMDb. This one says, one of the worst movies I have ever seen. I don't really know what to say. This movie is really a nightmare, just a waste of time. You know what will happen for the first moment of the movie? Nothing interesting. Just in one room, same people, same story. It is only 76 minutes long, but it comes 76 hours to you. Just shame of Hitchcock, I would say. If you have nothing to do, just sleep and don't watch it, because it makes you regret later. Maybe for its time, it might be a good movie for my grandpas. I don't know. But for now, it is not worth the watch. I give 0 for this movie. Even to write comment about it is just too much for it.
I feel like this guy definitely saw the opening credits and was like, got to skip through that, and then skip through the literal inciting incident that
I was gonna
starts
say,
at the very beginning of the movie.
The first scene is
yes.
Nothing happens. It's boring.
Yeah, they literally kill a guy in the first minute of the movie.
All right.
Is that it?
I mean, I can do another one if you want.
Oh, no, I thought I didn't know if you had 2 or not. All right, well, Connor, it's time to bring us through this movie. Why don't you give us the nutshell?
Yeah, here's Rope in a nutshell. 2 brilliant young men, Brandon Shaw and Philip Morgan, strangled to death their former classmate from prep school, David Kentley, in their Manhattan penthouse apartment. They commit their crime as an intellectual exercise. They want to prove their superiority by committing the perfect murder. After hiding the body in a large chest, Brandon and Philip host a dinner party at the apartment, hosting the victim's father, aunt, fiancé, and her former lover, who was also once David's close friend, as well as their former headmaster, Rupert Cadell. Brandon and Philip's idea for the murder was inspired years earlier by conversations with Rupert. While they were at school, they had discussed in apparently proving way the concept of moral murders as a means of showing one's superiority over others. He's a guest at the party since Brandon in particular thinks that he would approve of their work of art. Throughout the night, the pair's dinner goes to plan, although Brandon is more calm and in control while Philip begins showing signs of stress. Much of the conversation focuses on David's absence, and Rupert picks up on Philip's nervous mannerisms. There are close calls of people discovering the body, but all are averted. With David nowhere to be found, his father and the rest of the guests leave for the night, but Rupert, suspicious of the two, comes back to talk more about David. Philip eventually is the first to crack and confronts Rupert with a gun, but Rupert seizes the gun from Philip and insists on examining the chest over Brandon's objections. He finds the body inside and is horrified and ashamed, realizing that Brandon and Philip used his own rhetoric to rationalize the murder. He disavows all his previous talks of superiority and inferiority and fires several shots out the window to attract attention. As the police arrive, Rupert sits on a chair next to the chest, Philip begins playing the piano, and Brandon continues to drink. And that is Rope in a nutshell.
All right. Now, the next thing that we do to start off our review, to start off our discussion, is talk about what worked. But I gotta just say something off the bat, because it doesn't really fit anywhere in our ethos of what works and what doesn't work. But I just gotta talk about Rupert for 2 seconds. Biggest fucking bitch of all time when it comes to his moral superiority. This dude's like grandstanding, like, I'm good with murder. And then literally the first instance someone does that in his whole moral grandstanding shit, he's like, I was wrong. Holy shit.
It's like, oh shit. Oh no.
I said
that? I said that?
Literally 20 minutes earlier is like, yeah, man, we're morally superior. We're very intelligent. We should be able to murder people.
He was
maybe
like,
not a week, but like a day.
He was really like, listen, save the knives for, like, I don't know, your boss. For small kids, hotel clerks,
yeah,
like random people, just get like a bat or something for them.
Literally. And then he's shocked when he finds out that the two people he preached his ideology to actually did this. He's like, I can't believe you would do this.
Mm-hmm.
This is unbelievable. Most hilarious part of the movie. It, like I said, it doesn't really fit in what works or what doesn't work, but it was been on the top of my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Let's actually talk about what works though. So Connor, give me something that worked for you with Rope.
Yeah, there's a lot. Where do I start? I mean, well, I'll start very, very broad first. I love that we see the murder right away.
Mm-hmm.
And not only that we see the murder right away, we see who did it right away.
Mm-hmm.
In most, like, murder mysteries, you see, like, maybe there's someone dying and then the whole movie is like, who did it? How's our detective or how's our hero going to figure it out?
Mm-hmm.
What this movie does, which I thought was perfect, is it gets the incident out of the way right away, but it also removes the element of surprise of like, oh, it was these two.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's no longer, oh, who did it? It's how long are they going to get away with this? Are they going to get away with this?
Yeah. And every action becomes like, holy shit, are they going to find it out right now? Like, is this going to be the time?
Yeah.
I think that goes into my point of what worked is how it builds the tension and then it like releases the tension and then it builds it again. It's like, that the body's in there and it just makes it better to see, it just builds the tension,
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like you're like clenched for like 60 minutes and then all of a sudden everyone leaves and like, oh, okay, they actually got away with it. Or like, I can't believe they're getting away with it. And then Rupert comes back and you're like, oh, they're not getting away with it.
Yeah. And it's literally, Alfred Hitchcock's like the bomb analogy of like, you know, there's suspense and then there's shock. Like the
Mhm.
shock is just like the murder happening. The suspense is we see it happen and now we have to sit for, the 70 minutes of all these close calls of like everyone's talking about David. Where's David? The maid, Miss Wilson, almost opens the chest and it's like, oh my God, are they gonna find David now? And then it's like, nope, false alarm. And then you think they get out there fine, and then Rupert comes back.
Yeah, that
And
bomb
then the bomb goes
analogy
off.
is the bomb analogy is one of my favorite analogies
Mhm.
for building suspense. It's like, the difference being we have a movie where people are discussing a room and then 20 minutes in a bomb goes off and it's like, holy shit, that's shock. But suspense is sitting in a room and showing that there's a bomb with a 20-minute timer under the table, and now you have to wait and see if these guys are going to figure it out before the bomb goes off.
Mhm.
That's suspense. I mean, that's a great analogy, and he's the master of suspense.
Yeah,
He does it perfectly here. So
it's
that's
something I
a
wish
really
more
good point.
movies do.
Mm-hmm. And we actually Sam and I talked about this last week when we were talking about a Gone Girl, where there are two different types of murder mysteries. To your point, there is the type that makes you, the viewer, go along with the story trying to figure out who did it, and it's left a mystery until the end. Or there's the movies like this one where it's revealed at the beginning who and how and what, and now it's the rest of the movie is figuring out, okay, are other people going to find out? Are they going to get away with it? That whole suspense thing. Like the two different types of murder mysteries, I mean, it's really easy for both of those to go awry, but I honestly think it's probably really easy for this type to go awry much faster, because like if you have no suspense, then there's no movie here.
Yeah.
At least with the other thing, you're building to something, and sure, if your reveal is bad, you still got to reveal,
Mhm. It's something that I like too with this movie is even like obviously it's just people talking for the most part, and a lot of it is specifically Brandon and Philip talking.
Yes.
And I love just the little moments of shock where they'd be talking about how this plan is going perfectly and everything, and then like the phone rings or the door ring or the bell rings, and they're just like, what was that? The moments when their plan doesn't go according, like in their head, like those little moments too, just kind of add a little more to it.
Yeah, and that's one of my favorite things about this movie too, is like the dialogue for all intents and purposes is rather boring. They're literally, it's just like if I was just sitting watching a regular old dinner party, because like in actuality nothing happens during the dinner party. It's a bunch of guys being like, huh, where's David? Huh, you used to be my ex. Huh, nice meeting everybody. And then everyone leaves. But knowing that there's a dead body in the room makes it like, so every moment you're looking into it and analyzing. It's like, does this person suspect something? Oh, what are they getting an idea of David's actually there? Like, that sort of thing. It's very, very cool.
And I think too, if you watch this and you watch it again, look at when someone's talking, look at everyone else's reaction, specifically Philip's. Because every time
Philip was freaking out.
every time Brandon opened his mouth, he was like, "Stop talking, please stop talking."
He's just having a full-on meltdown.
And then there's one scene in particular I wrote down where it was after David's mom called and like gets everyone to leave, and it just the camera pans through like everyone's kind of reaction, and everyone's like, "Oh no, where's David?" And it's just Rupert just staring at Philip and Brandon's like, you guys.
It's like, something's not right here.
Yeah.
And to that point too, I think something that works for me with this movie that I really like is how different Brandon and Philip are. Like one is clearly the cool, calm, collected guy, and one is the other is so nervous, so jumpy. He's like terrified that they're gonna get caught. Immediately regrets killing David. Like literally, they kill him, and he's like, "We shouldn't have done that." It's like, well, too late, my guy.
Yeah. I mean, Brandon's smoking cigs right after. It's like he just had sex.
Yeah, dude. To him, it probably is just like he just had sex.
Well,
Yeah.
and to that point, I kind of going back to kind of like the gay subtext of it.
Mm-hmm.
I do kind of wonder if there is something to it being kind of like a closeted relationship of Brandon kind of seems like the more confident one, like he's done this before me, and then Philip is like, what did I just do? Why did I just do this?
Yep.
I immediately
That's so
regret
interesting.
it. Yeah.
That's a really good point. You mentioned it. I just got to say, a lot of smoking in this movie. Not a single person looks dumb doing it. This is the coolest group of people to smoke, I think, ever. Like, everyone just looks... The amount of times where a guy takes out a little fold with cigarettes in it and goes, dunk, dunk, and then puts it in his mouth and lights it is like, dude, you could do that 100 times. I'm in every time.
Listen, smoking kills, but you're going to look dope as hell while you're doing
Smoking in movies, great. Smoking in real life,
Bad.
Sam, what did you like about this movie?
All right. I guess it was a good time to bring this up, but I think the camera work and cinematography was
Absolutely.
amazing. Going from scene to scene and shooting one thing but focusing on another thing was very well done.
Yes.
There's a couple instances where there was a conversation going on and the camera just was focusing on something else and looking for the reaction of something else, which I think was very good.
And something that didn't happen a lot in this time period that we take for granted a bit now, but that was unique to this time period, is the fact that there's a lot of overlapping dialogue here. A lot of people having discussions while other people are having discussions at the same time, multiple people talking at the same time. That was like taboo in this era. You know, it was this person A talks and then they stop, and then person B talks and then they stop, and then maybe person C says something, or maybe, but it's one at a time. There are multiple instances where people are having a conversation in the background and then people are having a conversation right in front of you. There's a specific one that's right in the doorway, or the entranceway, where like Brandon, I think, is talking to Rupert, and then the maid is like right behind him talking to someone else or something like that. And it's like very jarring. But, to that point, it makes you focus on so many different things.
Yeah.
Going back to the camera work, it's like, I love how this movie is shot like a play.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's very, very cool. It's a lot, and they use the camera to move through the scene, much in the way you described, of like focusing in on this particular character, even though the action's kind of going on over here, or showing the movement between the rooms and all of that kind of stuff. It's very, very, very cool.
I think the best scene of that is probably when Mrs. Wilson is like clearing the chest to like put the books away.
I mean,
and
I had that as my best moments.
Me too.
Favorite shot. It's so good.
Everyone is talking about like David.
Where's David?
That's like the only thing people talk about.
Yeah.
But the camera is just like, they just set it right on the chest, and her walking back and forth and back and forth. And then they finally are about to open the chest, and Brandon's just like, nope.
No.
Now I'm gonna enter the frame and close this.
Yeah. Yep.
But that's the thing. You feel like she's actually gonna open it.
Oh yeah. I think we take for granted too, filmmaking today, of how you could get long one takes like these. It took a ton of practice and rehearsal and blocking and staging to get these shots, to the point where the reels that they were using for the this movie, could only record in 10-minute increments. Like, a reel was only 10 minutes long. So they had to block the movie so that at each specific mark where they need to change reels, they go in on something so they can make a cut, but it doesn't look like there's a cut. So every instance of going onto someone's back that like completely blacks out the screen, or there's a couple instances of that, which is absolutely hilarious.
I was just gonna bring that up. Kind of obvious, but
a little obvious, little bit. But they have to be experimental in that way, because they're making this as if it's one long, or there's technically only 4 real cuts in the movie
Uh-huh.
and a lot of masked cuts. But there's a whole, actually, if you go on the Wikipedia page, there is a whole like list out of when the cuts happen and how they happen, and so you can see when they had to change reels, and it's very, very cool. Also with the camera work, because of how much the camera moves, the crew had to be on the money when it comes to the stage props as well, moving props out of the way so the camera can back up into certain locations or move forward, and then placing things back as the camera's turning around. And the mic operators had to be constantly moving around to make sure people were mic'd up but not in frame. It's crazy work. It's really cool. The cinematography in this movie is like peak. It's some of the best you'll ever see.
Yeah. I just like when the camera feels like it's an active participant in the story.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. One of the smaller things that I really like is, you get this feeling that Brandon is like, he feels like he's the smartest person in the room, like he's never gonna mess up, whatever, until the moment that Rupert shows up. He's like, fuck. There's a clear like, oh, this guy's actually here. Like we're done.
Yeah. Well,
which I really like.
Yeah, they call it out too. He's like, "Oh, Brandon, your voice is shaky, and you seem a little excited there."
Mm-hmm.
And after being like, Mr. Suave and everything,
right?
But the one thing about that is, and maybe it's not even like it didn't work. They gave Jimmy Stewart no fanfare for when he walked in.
No, he's just there.
He's just like in the living room when we first see him.
I also pointed out there was, and maybe this goes into best moments a little bit, which we'll get to, but in the first half hour, there's one cut in the movie that's like a visible cut. That's not just like a hidden cut. And it is the moment where they're telling the chicken story.
Mm-hmm.
And, Brandon's telling the story, and then Philip goes, "That's a lie!" And he screams it, and then immediate cut to Rupert. And his like shock and hold and his suspicion, and it holds for like a 35-second hold. It's a long hold on this guy's face as Philip is talking, or the rest of the group are talking, and I don't know, that's just something about that particular shot is super effective to me.
Yeah, because there's just so much good face acting of, again, reactions to, and we learned later on that like Rupert knows that that's a lie, that Philip's lying off the bat when they're talking over the piano. So right there, it's like, without saying it, that he's already clocking like,
oh yeah,
something's off.
Sam, what else did you have that you really liked?
This is more of like a technical thing. But I like the use of colors in the movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you see it had the background like through the window. Obviously, it was a fake background of the city skyline. As it starts.
Sorry, it was the largest cyclorama ever built, ever used on a soundstage.
Oh,
was that background?
Cool.
I just had to note that because you mentioned it. Anyways,
but yeah, so the movie starts. It's like afternoon stuff, and obviously it was bright out. As the evening went on, obviously it gets darker. However, instead of making it like just like start to fade to black, it starts doing like a sun set, starts getting warmer colors, the reds, the oranges. And I think that I don't know if it was purposely done, but it kind of coincides with Rupert actually getting warmer in the case and like getting closer to solving the case.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they meant to do that or not, but that's just one thing
cool.
that kind of worked.
Yeah, that's really cool. I like that.
And then at the end obviously at the end when he finds out, it has all those red sirens and stuff like that. So
yeah, the lights from the sign.
Yep.
Yeah, no, that's super cool. I didn't even think about that, but that's a really cool note. And I mean, they planned it all out. You read again on the Wikipedia, you can read about their use of the cyclorama. They use models. They had like clouds that they made out of spun glass that they arranged to change into different positions
Mhm.
they really worked. They made sure that the backdrop was a player in the movie, so I'm sure it was intentional. I also like too, and I don't know, maybe I'm stepping on my hot take a little bit, but like the movie presents Brandon and Philip to be smart people. They're idiots, man. These guys are so dumb. Brandon especially is like the dumb. I don't know I forget what the phenomenon is where it's like a criminal who does dumb stuff thinks they're the smartest person ever. It's like the guy who was robbing a convenience store or something, and he put lemon juice on his face because lemon
Oh,
juice makes invisible ink. And he was like,
yeah.
"Oh, well, I can make my face invisible. They can't see me on the cameras." He's an idiot. He's an idiot, but he thinks he's really smart. I feel like Brandon's the same way. This guy's like, "Yeah, we just murdered a man. Instead of just getting rid of the body ASAP, no, we're gonna hide it in a chest and have a dinner party. Cause yeah, I'm the smartest guy around." And you're like, "No, you're fucking stupid. You're an idiot."
That's that prep
Yeah.
school ego.
Oh, for sure. Connor, did you have anything else that really worked?
I got a couple things.
Okay.
So we kind of touched on like the apartment itself. Like obviously the set design is great, but I also love that because the whole movie's kind of, or the thematic core of this movie is kind of like about superiority.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that this apartment is like the first symbol of that. Like they're living in a penthouse. They're prep school kids. And that gives them this feeling of entitlement where they can kill another prep school kid who,
Yeah.
as we learn later, is also pretty rich.
Yeah, right.
So it's like he wasn't inferior to them, but through their own like just ego, they convinced themselves that they were better than him.
Yep.
And I like that there's a couple other moments of that where, especially with Brandon, he is so obsessed with this idea of being superior. Like when they have like the scene of them when they're discussing like the ethical murders basically, and he's sitting next to David's dad. He's sitting like above him, blowing smoke down into his face because as he's like talking about why he should be allowed to kill people, and David's dad's like, well, I think that all people are good and civilized. And it's like in that moment you see, like, without saying it, David or Brandon's like, I'm better than you.
Oh yeah.
I'll kill you like your son.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. That's very cool.
Yeah.
Sam, you have anything else that you wanted to highlight for what works?
Nothing big.
All right, Connor, anything else?
Let's see. I mean, obviously, like the thematics of this is very
Yes.
interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, and then I mean, obviously, Jimmy Stewart's monologues every time.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Jimmy Stewart. We didn't talk much about the performances themselves.
Yeah, we gotta
but there
talk
are some bomb performances. Jimmy Stewart and John Dahl and Farley Granger are all incredible.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they're just excellent. I don't know if you make this movie. I know I saw some, like, it was a YouTube video I was watching about this movie, and they said like Jimmy Stewart wasn't their first pick. They wanted someone a bit more like kind of gruff.
Mm-hmm.
And then it said like they wanted the character Rupert to be a bit more kind of goofy, and Jimmy Stewart decided to play him more straight, which I thought was
Smart.
Totally
Smart.
excellent. Yeah.
Yeah, because you get the
on.
sense that like, yeah, this guy is like supposedly our hero. He's gonna figure out the case, but he's also kind of a prep school douchebag.
Yeah,
you know?
because it's like everything about this is kind of like, this is like high class society. Like no one is. There is no like kind of working class hero to really, for us to root for. Like everyone is, for lack of better terms, above us. So it's just like there's no need to kind of like demean him to get us to like him more.
Right. All right, well, let's move to what doesn't work. I feel like this is maybe going to be a fairly quick category. But I'll start you off with one thing that I just thought was kind of funny. The music on the opening credits.
Mhm.
So cheery. It's like da 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 da. Look at the movie we've got, everybody! Woo! And then it's like murder. It's like whoa. It's not depressing at all. And then all of a sudden, it's like, yeah, this is a guy just getting choked out. It's kind of weird. I'm still undecided on whether it truly doesn't work or not. But it's a little weird.
I kind of liked it because I like that it just sets the stage of like, yeah, this is just normal Manhattan. And then inside this one apartment, death.
Yeah. Sam, what didn't work for you?
Not much, but I do wish we had a little bit of more of a connection and story with all the other side characters.
Yes.
And the family members.
They don't have much to do.
Right. Which I get the purpose of them in the movie, but I just also wish we kind of got a little bit more, maybe like a quick backstory of, David and his father. There was a story there, and then expand a little bit more on Janet and Kenneth and David and stuff like that,
Yeah. You can make this movie like an hour 40 and just add 20 minutes of extra dialogue between the side characters, and I don't think it changes the movie.
No.
The quality of the movie at all.
No.
In that same vein, my other two complaints were pretty much the same. Like, Kenneth does nothing in this movie. He just is there. And like, I wish he had more to do. And then Mrs. Atwater, insane performance from Constance Collier. Just comes in like a bat out of hell, but sounds hammered. Just fucking absolutely shit-faced the entire time. It's like slurring her words. Just like, what's going on? It's like, all right, I've had enough of that. You just got here. I've had enough.
Yeah.
Connor, what didn't work for you?
Kind of going off what you guys were saying, I kind of wish the side characters had more to talk about besides just David. Like, I feel like you could have had a lot more like interesting perspectives brought up, especially when like Rupert shows up and you have like this whole big monologue about him saying like how he believes that like, yeah, let's have a strangulation day. I feel like you could have like a lot of these characters branch off and have like similar kind of conversations, maybe about like wealth and like other things kind of related, but not necessarily tied to it. Instead of just being like, David's not
Interesting point. Let's move on.
That's fascinating. I'm kind of creeped out. Has anyone seen David?
Yeah.
He's missing.
Yeah.
Has anyone brought that up yet? He's missing.
Yeah. Well, I wonder when David's going to get here. Really sounds like David's the life of the party with these people.
Yeah.
Like, party can't start till David gets here.
Clearly. I mean, David was already there, so the party was kicking.
Yeah.
My other thing, I kind of wish we got a bit more like close calls with the body. Like, we got the one. I kind of wish that there was like maybe like one more. Like when they're setting up and like the rope is hanging out of the chest. I wish that happened like during the party.
Yes, or like they like one of them ends up opening the chest, but they're not looking, or like someone distracts their attention. So it's like they open it, but then they're like, "Oh, I'm coming," and they close it, and then or something like that.
Or imagine if like they knocked the desk over and then like just they picked it up without it with the body falling out.
It's like airplane.
Oh, that was heavy.
It's like an airplane style comedy of just like everyone just being completely oblivious.
Yeah, it's a Leslie Nielsen.
I know we're not doing the genre, the new category. This movie as a comedy is hilarious.
Yeah.
Just everyone knocking the thing over. They're like, at one point David actually gets up out of the thing. He's like, "What happened?" And then they just hit him in the head again.
Imagine Leslie Nielsen as Rupert.
Yes. Oh my God, this is incredible.
I could see it.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, David like gets up out of the chest, but then someone walks over and they're like, they close the chest and just hits him in the head. And he's like, oh, he just dies again. And
like they're popping champagne. They just like hit him with a cork.
Oh my God. Great movie. Rope but a comedy. Amazing movie.
They're cutting the food on the table, and the knife goes through the plate and through the table and just stabs him.
Oh my god!
Oh, that was an awfully bloody chicken.
Oh my lord! That's amazing.
Somehow it goes out the window at the end of the movie.
Mrs. Atwater takes the desk with her when she leaves. She's like, "I got this," and she just tries to roll it.
She just picks it up over her shoulders.
At the end of the movie, like Rupert shoots out the window to signal the cops, and he like hits a person, and they fall off. They fall down the balcony.
Like,
and then they have to like, they're like, oh shit! And they hide her in the trunk too, and then
the police get there. There's like 17 bodies.
And then it's Rope 2 is them hiding the bodies from the police during their investigation.
And you get just Philip just playing the piano the whole time.
It's just, but
He's
Mary
just
had
having
like a little
full-on
lamb.
mental breakdown. He's just sobbing while he's playing the piano, just freaking out. I think we just made a movie, guys.
There we go. There's our segment.
Yeah. All right. Anything else that didn't work about this movie?
I mean, I think we pretty much covered everything.
All right.
But on
Let's
my
go.
end.
Let's go to best moment then. I've got a few nominees for you. We've got the tracking shot, all of those different tracking shots where the camera's following characters either around the room or into
The whole
different
movie.
rooms.
whole
Yeah,
movie.
well, essentially, I'm specifically talking about like the ones where the camera is moving a lot.
Yeah.
Is very cool. I mean, this is 30 years almost before Steadicam was invented. Steadicam was first used on Halloween.
Mhm.
And, this is 30 years before that, but they're doing tracking shots. It's very impressive. There's a shot in the beginning of the movie where Brandon is hiding the rope in the kitchen drawer, and it's just the door is swinging open, and he just like drops it in there, but you see it as the door is going back and forth. I just thought that was super cool. The scene, Sam, you brought up of the maid cleaning the table, and it's a static shot of her walking back and forth. Just an incredible shot. And then the camera walking around the apartment as Rupert is describing the crime at the end of the movie.
Oh yeah.
And so it's going to the different areas. I honestly thought they were going to do flashback. I kind of wish they did do flashback of like he's describing the crime and you actually see it playing out. I don't know. That would have been cool.
I like that it was left to the imagination.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, it executed well. I just thought that could have been cool. My winner, I think, is going to be the maid cleaning, but any other nominees?
Yeah, I had two other nominees.
All right.
I had another focus on one thing. Philip and Brandon were talking about like killing the chickens and stuff like that.
Yes.
And the camera just stayed on Murphy the entire time. And like he didn't
Yep.
like blink at all. I thought my movie paused.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah. That cut to his face
Yeah.
is really good.
And then another one is when Murphy was interrogating Philip and he was still playing the piano. He like kept on playing and then stopping and then playing and then stopping. It's kind of like not like a tick, but like something that he needs to do to like get his mind
Distract
off of it and
himself,
distract
yeah.
himself. So, but yeah, my vote's obviously for the maid just cleaning off. Yeah,
It's a great scene.
Mhm.
All right, best performance. I've got 3
All right, I
nominees.
guess
all
I
right,
don't
just
have-
fuck Connor.
you said
I guess
no.
I don't get. No, I
You said-
I
Oh,
I
okay.
had scenes.
Oh, I thought you said no. All right, go ahead. What are your other scenes?
Fuck me, I guess. So the discussion of like the murder,
Yeah.
or like discussion of murder and like the ethics of it, like as they're all sitting on the couch. Again, like how Brandon is sitting above, Mr. Kentley, and blowing smoke into his face, kind of just signaling how he's better than him.
Mm-hmm.
With that piano scene too, what I really liked about it is as Philip is getting more and more nervous, the song he's playing is also getting more anxious. Like he's
Getting
messing
faster.
up more. Yeah, it's getting faster. It's getting like it's like a more of a like a. It's just anxious. It's like not the tune he wanted to play.
Mhm.
And then the end monologue that Jimmy Stewart has, like when he's holding them at gunpoint, saying how like everything that he thought he knew was not true, and how he's different than them, and how I guess he's just better than them. But yeah, the maid scene is probably the best.
One of my favorite moments, I guess, just like it's just, a sign of this movie and maybe the times, is like they get caught. Rupert figures him out, and Brandon, instead of like attacking him and being like, trying to get away with it, just like, well, he just starts smoking. It's like, you found out.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. This is great. All right. Best performance. I've got 3 nominees. This is Jimmy Stewart, John Dahl, Farley Granger.
The little
It's a big three.
Yeah.
I mean, I will take any other nominees here.
That's mine. I would probably give the edge to Jimmy Stewart because of his last monologue when he was like yelling, and that scene was really good too.
Yeah.
I would honestly, it doesn't break my heart. I mean, everyone gave a great performance. I would actually give the edge to John Dahl, just the way that he chews every scene.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even the scene of him, like, as he's going to, like, put the rope in the drawer and he's just, like, twirling it.
Yeah.
And then
he really hams it up a bit.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
I get it. It's so cocky. He's like, I'm not going to get caught.
Right. Yeah. No, I don't think you can go wrong with any of those 3. Because, like, Farley Granger, too, is, like, his immediate regret that eventually turns into straight up panic and a mental breakdown. You can see it happen throughout the movie, which is really impressive too. And again, they basically shot these things in one take. They were a lot of uninterrupted takes. So you had to be able to do this quite quickly. It's just pretty impressive as well. So, okay, modern day recast. So if we were to turn this movie into the modern day, how are we casting it? We're doing our big 3, Brandon, Philip, and Rupert. Connor, I'll start with you. We'll start with Brandon. Who are you casting for Brandon?
So, want to get a little fun with this one. I picked Josh O'Connor.
You know what? He was on my list. I was gonna pick Josh O'Connor too.
Specifically for who I picked for Philip.
I think we had the same idea. Do you want to speak on that at all, or are you good?
I dropped my pen and I was trying to fish it, and I didn't want to say something while I was like straining. No, I feel like Josh O'Connor can like, he would have like, in Challengers, he obviously showed like kind of that arrogance, and listen, I'm not gonna shy away from the gay subtext in mine.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. Sam, what about you?
Yeah, I was also trying to go for somebody that like is very not like stuck up, but like is very confident and can play that character really well. He plays it really well in the MCU. I had Tom Hiddleston.
Nice. I see you're continuing your I'm going to cast these movies as sexy as possible.
You wait.
Oh God. Okay. I was just trying to go with younger characters who can play a little bit slimier. I went with Gabriel LaBelle, although Josh O'Connor was high on my list, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit, I think. But I also do have something at the end of this that I kind of leads me into the next category. So, Gabriel LaBelle for my pick there. For Philip, Sam, I'll start with you. Who did you have for Philip?
All right, so I wanted somebody that can really play that like really nervous and really like fidgety guy. It also kind of looked kind of like I mean, I had Jonathan Bailey. I had Jonathan Bailey, so
sexiest man alive.
Yeah, I was gonna say recently nominated as sexiest man alive. Hey man,
so I just think he could do that really well. So
yeah, no, I think so too. I had for Philip, and I casted it this way because he looks like him, and I think he could probably play it pretty well. Is Timothy Chalamet?
He was on my list.
The side profile of Farley Granger, I was like, that's Timothy Chalamet. It's got to be. So that's what I went with. And again, I have something kind of special for after we do that. Connor, who did you have for Philip? I wonder.
Mike Feist.
Yeah, do it.
Yep.
Great pick.
Honestly, those
great
boys
pick.
kiss. That's all I needed.
And then Rupert, I'll give you my two nominees. I had Ethan Hawke. I felt like could be kind of a good sort of can play. I mean, obviously has played a prep school kid before, but can kind of play that role and then also be like really smart and looks like a preppy guy, but then is actually kind of intelligent. And then for more of the investigative side, I went with Daniel Craig. It's just like an older mentor type, but I think Ethan Hawke is probably a better pick.
I was gonna say, you just want to make Knives Out?
Yes.
Knives Out.
Connor, who's your pick?
So, since it's like based off of like a stage play, I really wanted someone who had like stage presence. And it's a name I haven't said before. I'm going Alfred Molina.
Oh, I like it.
Oh, interesting.
I like it a lot.
I need a thespian out there.
Yeah, you do. You need what's his face from Boogie Nights out there.
Yeah, I need Doc Ock.
Gone from my mind.
Yeah.
Rahad. Yes,
Rahad.
there it is. It's back. Sam.
I had Cillian Murphy. I think he would do.
I think that's a good pick too.
Yeah.
Because he gives off preppy vibe.
Right.
That's a good pick. All right. So we have a new category called the change-up, which is essentially we are each taking an aspect of this movie and changing something about it, whether it be the place it takes place in, a major plot point, or the person who made it. So we're each kind of going to present our cases for that. I had a place that it takes place at, and it coincides with my modern day recast. Take this movie, okay? Get rid of the gay story, the like gay sort of undertones of it. Relax. Follow me here.
Get rid of the gays.
Scrap the gay. No. Not in real life. Just in this movie. Instead, make it a brotherly undertone. These guys are brothers. 1990s, Ben Affleck and Casey Affleck, because John Dahl looks a lot like Ben Affleck. It's a brother story. Set this movie in 1990s Boston. Everyone's wearing Celtics gear and tracksuits, and everyone's yelling at each other like, "Hey, what the fuck are you doing? Come on, man." They got the Celtics game on in the background. Fucking, I don't know, someone comes in to be like, as the Rupert character, and he's like, "These fucking guys, they think they're so slick. They're not gonna get away with it." Like, this movie in 90s Boston, hilarious.
That's a short film, brother.
Yes,
the body is not hidden at all.
No, they got it like propped up like Weekend at Bernie's style. Like, guy, it's the best. They're never gonna get it. They're never gonna get it.
They're never gonna get it. They like stabbed it a bunch of times, so they're covered in blood.
Oh my god. So that's this movie if it was made in 90s Boston. Sam, you had the plot point.
I did. All right. So this takes into account another side character, Janet.
Okay.
So we have a little bit of a backstory with them, how it was like Kenneth was like her ex-lover and she's David's fiance and stuff like that. Take this plot and instead of just having Philip and Brandon on it, have Janet be the mastermind behind everything and hired Philip and Brandon to kill David so she can finally leave his ass and go to Kenneth
and get his money. The whole thing, they say that it's like, yeah, you married him for his wallet.
Right. So Janet was actually the mastermind behind it.
Janet's the mastermind. Yeah. I love it. That's really interesting. Yeah. Janet's the mastermind. All right. Well, Connor, if someone else had to make this movie, who would it be?
I mean, I've been singing his praises recently. Give me Brian De Palma. I think
Ooh.
visually he would crush.
There's a lot more
Like,
nudity in this movie if Brian De Palma's directing it.
well, we don't have to go there, but like, just think of how creative he could be if you give him like, if you set the stage of like, hey, it's like a single night, one location. We want to try to make this as few shots as possible, or as like few like takes as possible. Cook.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna get like you're gonna see God out there.
I think too, you end up getting a scene that's like that one of the guys, maybe it's Rupert, they see it through a window. Like they see the murder happen through a window or something like that, and then that plays into the whole rest of the movie.
Oh my god!
You end
But
up
it's
getting
all
some
still
sort of
one
like
take.
voyeur part of it.
Yeah, and it's still one take. Somehow it goes
Mhm.
through the across like an alleyway
Yeah.
in back into their apartment.
Almost
Yeah.
Rear Window-esque.
Yeah.
I love it. That's very cool. All right. Hot take time. Who wants to start off their hot take?
I'll go. Because mine
Okay.
kind of goes directly against yours about how you said that they're kind of dumb. They
Okay.
probably should have got away with this murder. I
Okay.
mean, to
Interesting.
be honest, if they don't talk, they're good. Like
Yeah, I mean that's true.
if they just say, "Hey, if Philip's got a little upset tummy, he's just gonna like lay down in bed." No one's seeing David ever again.
Or like Philip is drunk, he's gonna go lay down.
Yeah, even that works.
Yeah. The fact that Brandon keeps dragging Philip out into these scenarios is kind of, although it's a little bit like he's kind of an idiot move. It's like he's clearly having a full on mental breakdown, and he's like, "Just be cool, man."
I don't know if it's some idiot move or just his hubris getting to him.
Yeah, it's
No,
probably
that's
the hubris.
that's for sure it. Because like Jimmy Stewart says it all the time. Like when he's talking to Brandon, like, "Oh, you in your prep school days, like this is something you would have done
Mhm.
because you knew you wouldn't get caught or something like that."
Yeah. No, yeah, I like that though. My hot take, and again, maybe this is playing into the Massachusetts side of things of me, like, I am sussing this shit out immediately. As soon as I get there and they're like, yeah, we're having a dinner party, we're serving things on this old rickety chest that you can open, I'm like, you fucking idiot. These guys, there's something in there.
But see, the logic made sense. Like everyone's just eating in here, so why walk room to room?
Because that's not a table.
Yeah, it's not a table.
It's a serving platform.
It's a chest. It's
For
things
food-
you put things in.
for
It's
actual-
not a food
maybe-
thing you put thing on.
Maybe for like apps or like cheese and cracker board, but not like a full meal. Like you wouldn't put like
That
the
would be
whole
like-
turkey on it.
That would be like
That
me
was
coming
kind
out
of
and be
crazy.
like,
They had a whole turkey
don't-
on there.
yeah. That'd be like me coming out with bar stools or like a bookcase and being like, well, we're going to have dinner on this thing tonight. Like, what the fuck are you hiding?
Listen,
What the fuck?
In theory, it made sense.
In practice, it was an
practice-
idiot move.
In practice, they should have just kept the pate on there.
You know what? You don't even have to literally put a blanket on it and put it in the corner of the room.
Honestly,
No one
actually,
cares.
here's my new hot take. If they do nothing with the chest, no one says anything.
Oh, literally, not a single person.
Oh,
even
yeah,
investigated
If
it.
if they just like don't decorate it at all, if they don't even like move it, like Jimmy Stewart's just like, "Oh, what's that?" And they're like, "Oh, it's this chest I got from Italy." Cool.
Mhm. Oh yeah, the fact
Which
that they make it front and center, the object of everyone's gaze, is
Yeah.
like, you are not. There is something wrong here, especially because like the table in the dining room, massive dinner party. That's how you serve a dinner party. He's like, I
Mhm.
turned it into the library for tonight, and I
They
put
have a
8
library too.
Yeah, I've put 8 books on it, and now it's the library tonight. You're like, you're a fucking moron. You're an idiot.
They could have just put like blankets over his body too in there in case someone like opened it. Like
Yeah,
we-
literally.
At my parents' house, they have like a coffee table that is kind of like a chest, and we just keep
Set
blankets in there.
their body hiding coffee table.
Hey, I haven't opened it in a while,
There you go. See?
but that's where we keep blankets.
Yeah.
Just put like a blanket, maybe a pillow in there. It's like, oh, what's in there? Blanket. Someone opens it. Oh yeah. It's not like it's a bloody corpse. It's just a corpse.
Yeah. Yeah. Or put the body in another room and lock
Or
the
just
door.
don't kill somebody.
No
Even
movie.
better, don't kill someone.
Just have a dinner party.
Sam, what's your hot take?
Mine was kind of the like, why would you serve a whole dinner on the small ass thing? So
Absolutely. It is the most absurd thing they could have done.
I kind of have a question that kind of serves as a hot take.
Okay.
Brandon knows Philip very
Yeah.
well, very intimately. He knows he's probably weak of heart. Why would he have him be the one who strangles David?
Yeah. Good question. Why is Philip the one not why isn't
Philip.
Philip the one being killed? To be completely honest. He's
I
like
mean-
they're like we're morally and intellectually superior, and yet Philip is again having a full-on mental breakdown the second he kills someone. It's like you guy. This is like the worst accomplice in the world.
Well, I mean, probably in theory, it's just like he killed him, so like he had some sort of leverage just to like have a power play on him. Be like, you killed him, I didn't do it. But I don't know. Feels kind of like a bad idea to have your weakest link be the one who did the most powerful thing.
Once again, these guys are idiots.
Mhm.
Okay, what happens the next day? I'll start you with this. So, it does leave off on a kind of a cliffhanger, although we can suspect what happens. Brandon and Philip, to me, this is what happens. Brandon and Philip are convicted, and they're sent to jail for the murder. But they plan a daring prison escape. However, Philip turns out to be a double agent, and he's been pressured into betraying Brandon by the feds. And so Brandon, during the escape, Brandon is shot and killed, and Philip gets away. But Philip is so guilt-ridden that he commits suicide.
Jeez.
That's the end of the movie. That's Rope 2, if it was depressing as shit.
Christ.
damn.
And everyone have a happier version of what happens the next day?
Should have gone last.
Yeah.
I should have.
No, I mean, do you guys know game theory? Or like the prisoner's dilemma? I mean,
I do.
yeah, basically it's like you have two prisoners who like you suspect do a crime and you put them in two different rooms and you're like, if you confess and they confess too, you both get like a light
Oh
sentence. Yeah, that. I think that happens, and I think Philip sings and Brandon's like, I didn't do shit, and I think Philip gets put on the chair.
Interesting. Yeah, Brandon throws him under the bus.
And then I think Rupert becomes a librarian. Just something super peaceful. I don't know. I couldn't think of anything on the fly. I was gonna say hippie, but I was like, that's way too soon.
What I was expecting. No, Rupert becomes Leslie Nielsen, and he goes to the force, and it's
Goes to the police squad.
yeah, the police squad. Rope 2. Electric Boogaloo. All right, Sam, what happens the next day?
All right, so this kind of ties into my plot change. So both Philip and Brennan get convicted. However, Philip confesses that Janet was actually the mastermind, and she gets arrested, and he gets set free.
That's interesting too. That's really interesting. I like that. I do like the idea that Janet. It makes sense. We don't have much with the other characters, so it's like filling in the gaps of what they actually want. I like that. Okay, is this better with the Challengers cast? Connor, you seem to think so.
I basically recasted them.
I will read you verbatim what I wrote. I don't really see a place for Zendaya, to be honest, but Josh and Mike could, so we were on the same page.
Yeah.
I think it could work, but I don't think it's better.
I don't think it could fully work, but
yeah, I don't think it would be better. All right, last category before our final thoughts here: the prop. What prop are you taking home? I've got one for you. It's not the chest. I'm not taking the chest home. Although I did have it written down. No, I want the long couch.
Mark Wahlberg. What?
You're doing so well.
Mark Wahlberg.
Oh yeah.
His large prosthetic penis.
Sorry.
You're gonna
continue.
You know how like people will mount like the antlers behind them? You're just gonna at this point you're just gonna mount that thing.
I'm gonna get it written in neon, and when the category comes up, I'm just gonna turn it on. It's just gonna be like in neon lights, Mark Wahlberg's prosthetic penis.
We'll just rename the category the Mark Wahlberg dong prop you want to take home.
Okay, I'm good with that. No, I want the long couch that they're at the back of the room that they're all sitting on. It's just a cool couch. It's like huge.
It's like an 8-seater.
Yeah, I want it. That'd be a great place to host a dinner party. And to be fair, while we were ragging on these guys for where they were hosting their dinner party or how they were hosting it, that like study library area, great place to host a dinner party.
Oh, yeah.
They just needed a table and not a chest, and it would have been perfect.
I think I'm gonna take the piano.
Yeah, piano's a good call.
Even though I don't
about
play piano, I could always learn.
Yeah. Hey, better to have a piano and not use it than not have a piano and want it.
All right.
Cool.
All right,
in
Connor.
a similar vein to you, I'm taking. They had like the two little accent chairs. I'm taking those for my apartment because I need furniture.
Yeah, the accent chairs are cool. You wait, you need furniture? You have a couch that's the size of your living room.
In here, everything is like white.
Fair.
I need something that's not white.
You gotta hang up your posters, man.
I don't know if I'm allowed, man.
Yeah. All right. So that brings us to the end of our words.
Yeah.
It's fine. That brings us to the end of our review, which means we got to go and give our scores. So, Sam, I'll start with you because this was a first time watch for you.
Yeah.
What is your score for Rope?
Yeah. Pre-60s movies are always such a vibe, and it's even better when it's like this mystery movie. I never heard of this movie before. I knew who Alfred Hitchcock is and stuff like that, but I never heard of this one. And I'm really glad that we chose to review it. I really liked it. Even though it was a short, like 80-minute movie, it kind of flew by real quick.
Our podcast about the movie is longer than the movie.
Yes. That's usually how it goes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really liked it. There's not much that I didn't like about it, but I think the cinematography, the camera work, everything was fantastic. So I think I'm just going to give this one a flat 4.
It's a good score. Connor, I'll go to you.
I really like Rope.
Sorry.
That reminds me when you were doing your synopsis, you pause and you're like, with a gun.
Yeah. Sometimes I like when I'm writing the synopsis out, I am just in the zone and I don't check to make sure they're actual sentences. So I'm like, fuck, that was not a sentence. So then I have to
With
just
a
on the fly
gun.
make it a sentence.
It's like that was like those, that video, the old newscast where they have the kid on and he's got the skull face paint and he's like, Timmy, what do you like about the fair? He's like, I like
I like
turtles.
turtles.
That was usually, I like rope.
I like
I like rope. I like rope. No,
Anyways.
I really like rope. I think this is like a classic. It's tense. There's so much suspense. It rhymed. It does, the bomb in the diner thing that we talked about earlier, just masterfully keeping you on your toes the entire time instead of trading that in for like a cheap moment of shock. The performances are all great. I love Jimmy Stewart. And yeah, it's a quick, easy watch. It's really accessible. As opposed to like maybe some of his other work. So I'm gonna give it like a nice 4.5.
Nice.
Yeah, there's a lot to love about rope.
I love rope.
No, there's really a lot to love about this movie. I mean, it ticks a lot of my boxes personally. One takes, especially with in cinematography, I'm like a huge sucker for, but especially too, I particularly enjoy movies that act like a play, that play out in like either one location or are like continuous conversations. They appeal to me, so I really like seeing. But usually you don't see movies like that are centered around suspense, that have something in that genre. So it was cool to see this movie for the first time and get to realize both of those things at the same time. It's very, very cool. The performances are really good. The direction, obviously, it took a lot to get this movie perfect, but I think it nailed it. I was just really impressed. I think I'm gonna give it a nice solid 4.2. So that brings us to a average score of a 4.23, which if you sort by everything we've done, that's number 15 on our list, just above The Invisible Man and tied with Young Frankenstein. Feels like a pretty good spot for this movie to live. So that is going to do it for this episode of the Filmbox Podcast. If you like what you listen to, please leave a rating, subscribe, follow us on your favorite podcast platform. If you're watching us on YouTube, like and subscribe the video, and do all that fun stuff. Share it with your friends. It lets us know we're doing a good job. Lets us know that you like what we're doing, the movies that we're reviewing, all this fun stuff. It's really, we spend a good amount of time on this stuff, and we love doing it. So doing those things really helps us out, lets us know that you're enjoying it too. You can go to our website, firstpicturehouse.com, for all sorts of great content that we've written in the past. And also you can go to our socials, especially our TikTok, where we're posting a lot of great clips. You'll probably see a couple good ones from this episode. There's some we got some good ones for this episode. So you'll catch those on socials. And follow our Letterboxd too. You can see what we're watching when we're watching it. You don't have to wait for each episode to find out what we've been watching. When Connor has to miss an episode, you don't have to wait for the next episode to find out. So you can stay up to date. So do that. And with that said, that'll do it for this episode of the Filmbox Podcast. And we'll see you later.
Peace.
Bye.